Hi. So, how has having my own YouTube channel changed my outlook on life, especially being in my 70s and having retired and or semi-retired? Let me tell you a few things. But before I start, my name's Glenn. I have my little channel called Glen's Hangout because I'm hoping that you guys are going to hang out with me for a bit. And I also have another channel called Tech Savvy for Seniors. So, what gave me all these ideas? And I have to say, it's been quite a shock because although I feel like I'm an extrovert, I'm not that extroverted after all. I, since COVID, have really found I love being at home and I hate commuting to work. It was just such a pain, and I'm sure a lot of you feel exactly the same way. So I was looking for things to do. Well, I decided I would become the next Picasso, and well, that isn't exactly how things are going. I figured I would be an overnight instant success because I have a bit of an artistic side to me, and my wife and I enjoy doing our decorating work together, and I have been a designer for many, many years. But in the last year or two, pushing 70, I thought, meh, I'm kind of tired of all of this. I really don't have it in me anymore to go out there and just be Yahoo, let's get it done. I still have that attitude of Yahoo, let's get it done, but not in that field anymore. So I figured being a famous artist would be just amazing. And I went out and I went headfirst into my art. And I love art. Don't get me wrong, but it's not a career change, really. It's more of a personal, I guess you'd call it a hobby. And again, I still love painting. My studio, as I've said in my other videos, is where I'm doing my YouTube uh, videos as well. So I am using backgrounds and shamelessly putting some of my art in my backgrounds from time to time, just because I like seeing it. Anyway, if you get a kick out of it, that's awesome. Leave me a comment, say, hey, not bad, or, well, no Picasso, and that's okay. I don't mind a little bit of criticism here and there. It makes us grow. So what happened was I was watching so many YouTube videos constantly, and I thought, wow, I came across monetization. I know, kind of dumb. I should know these things, really, because I've been a techie for a long time and I really enjoy learning new things constantly. So I saw this video on monetization and I thought, what's that all about? So I clicked on it and somebody was talking about starting a video channel up just before they retired or they had lost their job and they were looking for something to do and a way to earn some extra income. I thought, wow, that's interesting. I would really like some extra income because Pam and I love to travel. Pam is my wife, by the way, better half of over 50 years. So, and she hasn't dumped me yet. So all's good. Anyway, getting back to it, because I don't want to digress too far here, I saw this and I thought, hey, I wonder. I like talking with people. Never talked to a camera before. And the one time I was on TV for a decorating show, I think I stammered and stumbled and made a complete idiot out of myself. So I figured, well, okay, but this is not a TV station. This is a small camera. So I thought, well, let's do it. Why not? So I thought, okay, what am I going to call it? And that's where the whole tech idea came up because my friends are always calling me saying, hey, Glenn, how do I fix this? Or hey, Glenn, I don't understand how to get this up and operating. Everything from their smart home devices to their new cell phones to tablets, computers, you name it. And because I have I guess, a bit of an analytical and artistic mind, that sounds a bit of an oxymoron. But anyway, I thought, well, let's do that. Let's do a channel on tech products. So off I go. I start making my first video and wow, I stammered and stuttered and blah blahed my way through it. It was just disgusting. But that's okay because other videos I started watching from other YouTube creators kept saying, don't worry about your first few videos. Nobody's going to watch them anyway. The only people who are going to watch them are family and friends if you ask them to. So there's a controversy about that as well. And you guys can look it all up. But some people say, well, don't show your family and friends. Just do your thing. If they find out or they find it on YouTube, awesome. Other content creators say, no, no, for sure, get your family and friends involved. So I got my family and friends involved, and it was okay. You know, they, they helped me get through the rough patches, let's put it that way. So all in all, I was excited and I was happy with this. So 10 months in, I was mixing up my videos, and I mentioned that in my previous videos as well, so I won't bore you with the details, but I was starting to tell people how I was feeling about doing my tech products on my tech channel, and nobody was watching. The only people who are watching my tech channel are those people who are interested in buying something from Amazon or looking to see how I say things about what they might want to look at for tech products. And I give an honest opinion. You know, there are some items I don't want to buy. They're not for me. And I'm trying to be very down to earth with people and say, hey, you know what, this is who I am. And I always put a disclaimer in saying, well, this might not be for me, but it might be for you. And that's true. All of us are individuals. How you decide to deal with your channel is up to you. But I have to say, having a YouTube channel has made me now far more confident that I can do this. I know I'm not monetized yet, and I'm hoping at some point in time that's going to happen, because let's face it, I'm doing what I'm having fun doing, so I'm going to continue. I have no intentions of getting discouraged and stopping. And they do say that a very small percentage of people actually keep going on YouTube because they don't get the views, and that's okay. It's disheartening, and I'm not going to say it's not. If you only get 1 or 2 views, it's kind of like, wow, what am I doing wrong? But now, with AI being such a huge part of our lives, and chat AIs are all over the place, everybody has one, whether you're using Google's Gemini, or you're using MSN, or you're using any of them. There's so many of them out there now, but they really help. I actually now look at my titles and say, oh, you know, which title is better, this one or that one? And well, I get an honest answer. And honestly, my first video, I said I failed at retirement. Well, that was a bad thing to say, because people don't want to read something about failures. And it was a joke, and it was meant to be funny, but it wasn't funny. People just didn't look at my video, period. And when I looked at chatbot and I asked the question, well, failing is something, again, it's not a positive. So I decided to change the title, and that's something you guys can do as well. I mean, when you start your video channel up, make a list of what it is you want to talk about, and help comes easily. And even on YouTube now, there's a whole section on inspiration. So go in there, type in something that you're interested in talking about, and it'll give you a ton of different ideas. Even for this video, it's hard for me to admit all my ups and downs with everybody in the whole world, but that's okay, because that's how I'm learning. And if you learn something from it, then it's a great takeaway. It's a win-win situation. You and I both have something that we can look back on and say, yeah, you know what? I had a tough time doing that. Or, yeah, I shouldn't have used titles like that. So if you learned something today from this, let me know. And also, I keep saying to people, leave me a comment. I'm starting to get some comments on some of my other channel, because people are actually looking and saying, hey, you know what? One person said, oh, you forgot about a weight restriction on a carry-on bag. That's okay. I'm really glad they brought that up. And I did respond back positively. It was a personal thing for me because I wanted to have a backpack. Anyway, long story. So today I'm going to leave it with you to consider doing a side gig, or consider this as a side hustle. You might have a dozen different reasons why you might like to make some extra money. And I'm not a personal finance person. I'm not into finance. Well, I shouldn't say I'm not into finance. Of course, we all have to worry about our retirement and how much money we have to spend. So although I can't advise you on your financial well-being, I can give you something to ponder once we've parted here on, do you want something extra? Are you missing something? Are you lonesome? Like, I feel having a communication outlet where I can chat, even though I'm not chatting with you in person, I can hopefully impart some ideas, and maybe I'll get some responses back from you. At some point in time, I wouldn't mind talking to other retirees and finding out, how are you guys coping? How do you deal with what you want that's extra in life that you no longer can afford? So, my friends, I hope you're going to give me a like and subscribe, and I hope we're going to be together for a good long time. So, we'll chat soon. Thanks for hanging out with me today. I'm Glen Polson. Bye now.